Williams and Lennox Smith.
Mother of our firstborn king, offspring, give birth in holy land to this giant of a man.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
Mother of our firstborn king, conceived her first offspring, give birth in holy land to this giant of a man. This is how she played her part by giving us a star. History books will all now show how much to her we owe. Maria. Maria. Sing Hosanna for King. In the highest let us sing. Maria, 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 Maria. He is our Savior. Let's anoint his head with oil and serenade our firstborn boy.
Bang, 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 bang.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
With some frankincense and myrrh, the wise men went to her. They departed their own way, avoiding Herod as they say. Then Mary flee the land to Egypt, child in hand, avoiding Herod all the way, who destroyed children as they play. Maria. Maria. Sing Hosanna for King. In the highest let us sing. Maria, 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 Maria. He is our Savior. Let's anoint his head with oil and serenade our firstborn boy. Now this story goes to show the hardship mothers undergo by preserving her firstborn. Her light she also shone, even to the very end. A mother's love she lent, and now all is said and done, gave her only begotten son. Maria. Maria. Sing Hosanna for King. In the highest let us sing. Maria, 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 Maria. He is our Savior. Let's anoint his head with oil and serenade our firstborn boy.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
Yeah. Don't forget, it's very important. No matter what you do in this world, we got to remember the firstborn boy. In this time, more than ever, we should give praises and thanks to the man, Most High. Oh yeah. Sing. Maria, 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 Maria. He is our Savior. Let's anoint his head with oil and serenade our firstborn
This is Caribbean Vibes.
Mother of our firstborn king, conceived her first offspring, gave birth in Holy Land to this giant of a man. This is how she played her part by giving us a star. History books will all now show how much to her we owe. Maria. Maria. Sing Hosanna for King.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
In the high.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check.
Maria, Maria.
It's 36 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Gong Report. I don't know, that boy. Trying to catch up with his Christmas duties. My Christmas duties. This was very, very busy over the weekend. Very busy. Including attending the Honorable David Lee Christmas party.
This is Caribbean Vibes.
Yeah, I meet a lot of good people there, man. Children Christmas party, in fact. Children. We had all kind of choo-choo train for the children, Santa,
Avoiding him.
train KFC, popcorn, real thing boy, real face painting, this, that. They will get them children them a real nice street, man.
Egypt, child in hand. Avoiding Herod all the way. Who destroyed children as they play. Maria. Maria. Sing Hosanna for King. In the highest, let us sing. Maria, 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 Maria. He is
me say a pleasant good morning to Amit Ford. Good morning to you. You're the first person I've seen. Other names where we going already. Hey, Carmen, good morning, Pamela. Carmen, good morning. Ryan Ali John, good morning to you. Pamela Paluez, good morning. Do that, Mohan, good morning to you.
Mothers on the go by preserving her firstborn. Her light she also shone, even to the very end.
Where's that Spur Claudia Sosa? Good morning to you.
Our mothers
Balaraj, good morning, Balaraj. Afina, Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you.
gave her only begotten son.
Hey, Chandra Benjamin, good morning. Red Lakshman, good morning. Raquel, good morning to you.
I, Maria, sing Hosanna for King.
Guys, Mac Nicole, good morning.
In the height,
Nathaniel, a pleasant good morning to you.
Maria,
A freezer, a freena. Oh, a freezer. A freezer, D. Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, Soka Dolly, good morning.
oil,
Samantha, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, Jamal Rampasad, good morning. Hey, Wendy and John, good morning. Margaret, a pleasant good morning to you. Bojam John, good morning. Richard Jamaraj, a pleasant good morning to you. Rick Lutchman, good morning. D'Souza itself, good morning. Teresa.
yeah.
Naz Ali, a pleasant good morning to you. Mr. Ali, a pleasant good morning to you too. And a happy belated birthday yesterday to you, man. I know you will enjoy your birthday with your family, your grandchildren,
We should give praises.
your son, all of you. You enjoy yourself. Happy, happy belated birthday to you, Mr. Ali. Well, I sure Naz will cook up a storm. Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Mina Steiner. I got to meet Mina Steiner during the week. Last week there.
Maria,
Yes.
Hosanna
I'll
for
be planning to meet right now. Kenrick Passard.
in the height,
I ain't meet yet.
sing
I get to meet
Maria.
Mr. Ramnarayan out there in Canada. I met him. But I have a lot I ain't get to meet.
Let's anoint his head with oil.
Orlando, me I never meet him.
And
I have a lot, but I got to meet this great Mina Steiner. This Trinidadian born Austrian live Mina Steiner. I will say, I wouldn't lie. I enjoyed the nice little maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours meeting, chilling out with Mina Steiner. A nice little place there. Yeah, a nice little restaurant, man. Mina Steiner is a good one, man. Well, I gotta get some history tour out there, Europe, Holland, or Austria, how close, yeah, man. All the various things, yeah, man. Me and Nina Steiner, we really like chill out and you know, catch up on some nice times all these years. And the first time I get to meet her was last week, boy. Junior week last week. I didn't get to mention it the Friday. Yeah, and then Saturday, Sunday, now we know back here Monday. Mina Steiner, man. I say Mina Steiner is some kind of old, well, age, but she is a woman, but she look good for she age. Look like she in the early 50s and the woman is nearly 70.
our firstborn king,
The woman look very good for she age.
give her first offspring, give birth in holy land.
What I realized I was begging the wrong set of people all the time.
For man,
Now meaning on the grounds I just saying I find she kind of big shot, boy. That's just my opinion. That's just my find she kind of big shot.
history books belong.
But she know how to line with the average masses too, man. And I like that. If I did only find she too big shotish. I they done gone. Yeah, say yes, well, 9 million thing me about that, nah. I like to tell them people that down to earth, nice people, down to people, people that understand the ground, people that still, you know. Yeah, I like that.
Let's anoint his head with oil and serenade up.
But although I don't know if she big shot hair, but although she looked like that to me. That's just to me. She real cool, down to earth. Normal. She normal. You know, we got it normal.
Some frankincense and myrrh.
Hey, sorry if I wasn't to tell people I meet you again, but what I go see.
Went to her.
And I say it was nice, very, very nice meeting you, Mina Steiner.
Avoiding Herod, as they say.
I have a lot of other people that I have to eventually meet, after meet. That I don't know. Hey, Jenny, are we going, girl? You organize the thing for me? Morning to Jenny and she husband. Are you organize the thing for me here, girl? Let me make them call for in a man. Mala, morning. Giovanni, Jagroup, morning. Names and them pass fast now. Morning to each and every one of you that are locked on. Pamela Palu, all of you. Who I miss out? I'm not going back at them name they know. Mina Rodriguez, morning. I had to meet all of here eventually, you know. I done meet Nazari and Mr. Ali, them already too, man. Nice people. I meet Mohan too. I meet Durat Mohan. Nice fella too. I don't say what me later people might want people know I meet them, you know. What the hell wrong with me, boy? Don't say what I'm telling this man, boy.
Now the story goes to show.
Well, I'm Mina Passad too, morning.
The hardship.
I read Mina's one this morning, boy.
By preserving her firstborn.
Hey, Judy.
Her light.
That was there in this party there. Long time I ain't see she, man. In David Lee children party. Morning, Judy.
A mother's love.
Bernadette RK. OKR, morning.
And now all is said and done.
Zibrangani, a pleasant good morning to you. Dave Maraj, good morning. Ramesh, good morning.
Maria.
Angela.
Maria.
Yeah, Angela Lochan, good morning.
Sing Hosanna for King. In the highest.
Don't tell Jamasi Passal morning already. How real Minas? How about 3 Mina lock on?
Maria.
Anton, hospital. The hospitales, morning.
Let's anoint his head with oil.
Royal Passad, morning.
Serenade our firstborn boy.
Hey, Miss Avidas, morning.
This is
Hey, Matilda Rhodes.
Yeah.
I never get to meet Matilda Rhodes in real yet. I had to meet Matilda Rhodes. I had to meet Anne-Marie Amin.
The firstborn boy.
Marilyn Sicharan. All of the people I want to meet, you know.
More than ever, we should give praises and thanks.
I meet Teacher Balmain. Remember them used to be in protest. Teacher Balmain.
Okay.
Nice woman, Teacher Balmain, morning. I meet Miss Santa Cruz, number 2. I met, well, you see, I met Miss Santa Cruz. I met Mammy Roadbrook.
Maria.
Mr. Tuna Puna. La Roqueta, Miss La Roqueta, Mr. La Roqueta.
Single.
Clive Nunez. I meet all these people, man. All these people I meet. I meet Hafiza D. Mohammed yet.
Let us.
I meet Hafina Mohammed Naida.
Maria.
I meet Jama Sipasa, none of them the Angela look.
Let's
Nathaniel, I meet here. Patricia Mohammed, morning. I meet our next Patricia Reed, trouble person. Like them can't meet me because they must be a man. Yeah, Paul Daniel sing morning. Savitri Manu. Only Papa pronounce that good morning. Athlete Keto, morning. Parish. Morning. I have a lot of people I want to meet for the new year, you know. Let's see some of my people and them now, man. I have to meet some of my people. I had a nice I say it's something big. I order something. Remember me, and over them kind of restaurant, big time thing so. And then I wasn't wanted to eat too much now. So I ordered a thing there with me in a Steiner last week. I think it named cow belly, or goat belly, or lamb belly. But it was real nice. With what? With tamarind sauce or something. So I said, whoa boy. When the thing come out there, so I said, but what the hell this thing small boy? I saying when you see you eat big so and you see that price, I say, well, what? There's a serious meal. Man, when I watch the thing there, so boy, it's a little square thing, so boy, I say, what the hell is this? Because I watch the price, so I say, what the hell boy, that little thing? A little thing, so boy, whoop, a small little thing with 2 slices of kind of thing to the side there, so. Toasted, you know, Mikey like they say, toasted with roasted sauce and tamarind sauce and when the thing comes, I say, well, where the hell is this? Boy, the knife and fork, they so it come. I say, but the thing smaller than, what's your phone, right? The thing is about, no, but I ain't bad talking and I just shocked. I thought it was a big time order now with plenty things to eat in it now. Me, I know the thing would have been small, so. The thing like a mouse, boy. Yeah, like this mouse. The thing, wait name, boy? Or, some kind of roasted belly, something, boy. But it's meat. It's not meat. Nice thing, no. Tender thing. Wait name, boy? Mina Steiner. Sorry for talking all of that. Text me what's the name of that thing there, we call it. That what talking about it. Yeah. Ole, boy, as I say, I don't like Ole. I don't really hit restaurants and this and that and all them kind of bacchanal thing. I really, Ole know me. I don't be on them kind of thing. You know, there's some people when they go out to it's Johnny Walker and Blue and all kind of na. If I is a person that's just drink a Stag, I go just drink that. Ole could have drink weighs $1,500 just for one late thing. So what? Nah. So if I like go where you used to drink like a Stag, right? I go drink that. If I yeah, pork belly. Yeah, look, Gemma, tell me, man. Andy is pork belly. The tastes nice. Yeah, in sauce, tamarind sauce and them kind of bacchanal thing. They soft and nice. Small, so you know, it have two kind of white thing to the side there, so kind of crispy. I don't know what the name of that thing to the side there, so. Mina. But the thing tastes good, real good. It tastes good, you know. The only shocking thing to me is when I point out order there, so I say, well. I say, boy, that is real thing coming there. If I get a glimpse of the price now, I say, what? I say, you're going to need a real serious piece of meal, boy. Yeah, well, yes, Mina, I ordered that, darling, but I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it would have been so. It just surprised me. Because it had some time as a partner tell me about he went to a restaurant for the first time, like big time restaurant. And he ordered he ordered thing, boy. When he watched the price, he said, what? He got it belly full. He said when the thing come out, it's one little bit of a piece of meat with a piece of meat and some green peas spread around the plate, so. And the man fatted, the man is eat. The man said, boy, you didn't know. Yeah, well, I didn't know neither. But it was real nice. Thanks so much, Mina, for that nice treat. Yeah, pork belly. Roasted in tomato sauce and thing, boy. What? It's just when it come out, I say, well, God, boy, this thing looking real small. They're looking really bit.
Bang, 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 bang.
No, but that was my order. That was my order. I ordered that. But remember, I didn't know it would have been sold. I didn't know. And then when I watch the price too, I said, what boy? I can't tell you the price. I just bought it when I peeped. So I said, Lord. I said, I was taking horror there too. I said, well, don't order that now, boy. Look at that price. And I said, boy, that's the only thing looking like a good thing. They roasted this, that kind of bacchanal now. So now you roast this, roast that. I say, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I sit down there, I waiting. My chops waiting, boy. I say, right. Pork, roasted pork, belly roasted this with all kind. I say, right. When the thing come on the lay plate, so the plate smoke. I say, where the hell is this? Oh, God. That price? That late thing? But as I ordered it, I didn't know better. And my darling Mina Steiner, we thought I maybe know ways that kind of bacchanal thing. I really didn't know, I didn't know. So I had to, in the future, if I go any restaurant, anybody, I go ask them when they order something for me. First I go ask, I go say, like plenty thing, that is a plenty thing for that price? Oh, that is a little. Yeah. I gotta find out that. But it was nice. Mina, again, thanks so much. It was very, very nice meeting you for the first time in years. You did come back to Trinidad once already and we did not get to meet. And I say young Mina, yes, young Mina Steiner. When I see what's my little got tap to, you know, Mommy Road broke when she step out. My ex-layers, no, not my ex-layers. That is Maran Hawkinson and this next old chap who is the minister there now, Roger Alexander. Yeah, them call them ex-layers. Let me don't say my ex-layers are tall. I had to say, my senior, nice, young, senior but young woman. Fighters, them seniors, them is fighters. Them come out and fight, really. Yeah, nah. She asked me, she say, hey, you want anything else? I said, nah. I said, nah, I good. Hey, I organize that thing for you today, KFC. And for anybody that want to give KFC anything for your Christmas, or they can always call me. Today I just going to make a quick rounds and pick up, well, there's only 2 people out of meet to check, to get something for KFC. I said, nah, me want nothing else, man. Because I was enjoying the late talk and, learning how, how it is, Australia, the different way a life she been a Trinbagonian, born, grow, you understand? All crow say, yes, how she adapt, the language, because she can talk that kind of language, Australian language. She talking about 2-3 different languages too, boy. Say, what the hell, boy? Yeah, she talking different language. I didn't know, I asked, well, like, how the food, how they season foods across there now. She said, it's salt and black pepper, them people is thing she said, but she have she bring her Caribbean seasoning, have, like, plant her bandana, and she shadow ben is bandana, and she lettuce and she chive and celery and da. She planted those things that you don't really get there, so. But it have things you get there, you get the normal garlic and onion and this and that and whatever. And then them planting grapes and apple, normal, passing, normal, dropping in the road, normal. When normal across here to Manikou, normal, when you go get Manikou here, when you get Manikou meat here, so you be glad for Manikou. Manikou normal, big Manikou normal, nobody want to eat that. Go on and all them things, normal. Say what? So when she bubble a pot, when that Trini bubble a pot, And them they just season up the meat, well, them foreigner, but not we foreign people. When she season up a thing, they so the day before, them foreigners by where she is, they in that place, they asking, she, well, why you do that? Well, you know, in that German language or whatever. Austria, yeah, in the Austrian language. I think Austria, they talk German. Yeah, I think them they talk German. Yeah, because I think they say Hitler was from Austria. I think so. So like, wow, all this season I meet a whole day before and thing. What is all of that? All they put in there, we put that them in all them season when we don't put a bandana is a Mexican. All even believe that. Big leaf time, that is a Mexican. We seasonings is makeup already with Mexican is a Mexican. You know? Yeah, we Mexican down the meat. See them up nice and that Mexican on that meat there so. Yeah. But they like turn nice. But what I learn is in the future, when the rest of you all carrying out all your partner, or even if I ain't it's not a restaurant, but I had to check all by all here. And all the bubble, all the little pot and thing, well, I go get to see. But if it's restaurant, I don't know what to ask. Like when I place an order, I would just ask only one time, well, how big that is, how it is look, or ask a picture or something. How much it is, I will ask a question next time. Have a nice good friend of mine, so I get to meet her and I meet for a while. Savi! Let me say a pleasant good morning to Savi, man. Yes, and the German is spoken in Austria, right? Yeah, so me not speaking German. Hey, Timo! When you call me out, boy, make sure when you see you tell me something, let me make sure it Lennox! Hey, look, Lennox. Let me ask Lennox about that day, boy. I went out with Mina, boy. Well, I went to a restaurant, I meet Mina for the first time last week. I meet Mina. Mina Steiner. Right, boy? Rest down. Let me get you Lennox day. Oh, yeah. So I went in I meet her at a restaurant. I don't deem that restaurant a big shot restaurant. They so based on which part she let me meet her there. By that restaurant they so. And I order something by Lennox. It name pork belly or something so. Or it's German and Italian. Yeah. So Austria they speak German and Italian. That was she speak 2-3 different language. Yeah. So you know me, I play a sit down a thing because I'm meeting Miss Mina Steiner for the first time. I kinda blushing and I kinda way too boy Lennox boy. I was kinda blushing too. But you know, and then I say, well, but Mina look young too. Right? Always a full big woman. You know? She look like she's 50s, although she might be going on 70. Look good for her age, everything nice. So you know, I don't know, I'm trying to know well how to relax with Mina Steiner. When you know meeting people for the first time, you know them over the phone thing. Right? I see a glass of water come out there so in a bottle. They say that crystal water. I say, but what else is this? Crystal water. Sparkle water, whatever the thing. But I water. I say, what? I say, but that water look very expensive. So I organized there now. I had a beverage. Me and she having a beverage. And it's, hi, Mina. Well, now it's meeting you. The first time thing, yes. Say, well, do you want anything? Thing there? I say, well, yeah, well, I like bake. I like grill, roast. I like them kind of thing now. Right. So I say a thing there. I see a thing mark. Pork belly roasted with mustard sauce or some spine sauce, real bacchanal thing. But that two kind of thing like a side, small thing there to the side. Well, I didn't know. But when I people the price and I say, well, wait. But I say, well, I real plenty thing I'm going to need there, boy. When I people the price boy Lennox, I say, well, I real plenty thing I'm going to need. When the thing come out by Lennox, boy, it's in a kind of sauce, square so, small so. That little thing, boy. I say, oh God. But you know, what catch me? Somebody that tell me they went already somewhere and they order something and they get a little bit because they didn't know. And I forget remember to ask how much is that I getting now? For that price now. And boy, I was shocked. But then Miss Steiner asked me too. She said, Miss Steiner say, you want anything else? You want anything else? I said, no, I'm good. Because when you have to eat something like that, and you see that price, you have to take your time with your knife and fork there, watch me. It's little because you're saying, well, boy, if it's that little thing. So you know every bite, you know that might be at $20. Every little bite is at $20 now. So like, well, I don't want to done eat it. I taking my time, I chewing it, I feeling it in my mouth. It's like a wine tasting. But I say, where the hell is this? But all in all, the experience was nice because a lot of people in real that come some way, I never get to meet them, such as I get to meet Mr. Lenny, but I never get to meet like Mr. Doon, and it have a lot of people. At the time, you meet one, but I was sick. Remember, I was in hospital and all them kind of thing there. You know, and I want to, in the new year, meet some of our people. Even if I feel I will organize a nice gathering, and we will do it in advance, so some of we people will be able to come from away, and I will call one or two earlier from away too, where we could see where is the best timing for all to come back from away, for we to have a nice little, nice something. I will keep something, I will keep a fundraiser. One time. That will be a fundraising and family get together event. I have to do it like that all year. Have things that we have to think and I have to do it like that. Have a nice little fundraiser. And bring everybody together. But Lennox Smith, what's up my brother? What's on your front? What's on the front burners this morning? Let me peep by the time what making news that. But wait, oh shucks, just now, let me get rid of this one here, he on. Oh gosh, the man on here a long time. I forget he on. Go ahead, partner, you're on so long.
Good morning, Andy, good morning, Lennox.
Good morning to you, KFC. You are the first called son. Let me hear you this morning.
Yeah, I just want to give thanks to
yeah, go ahead.
Mary
and give your thanks.
And Christmas and thing. Well, I give him thanks and life and turn strength.
All right, go
on. And then,
yeah, man.
I being real. I rock with people who don't like me. Or I come on the program to go all out and cry for handout and thing. They go all out to political victimize me. You know what they're telling me? My two children have to suffer and dead. Because the man who I first go and moving more furious ways. The man who I want to us to see, I see the man. And talk to the man. The man telling me waiting for someone to come from Pacascosh. Or you think we're going for people to come from Pacascosh, you tell you, and he's the boss. And the ministry, them go all out to victimize me with my paws raising here. And I come and I'm crying, I support, I told them I come and say something politically wrong on the radio station, I young in the politics. We hold on to the bygone too long. I just say something out of the way, and they go all out to victimize me. They could go all out to help me when I was crying out. I been real around there. Me sugarcoating nothing and keeping nothing in silence and suffering. You know. But who job bless no man curse? Who I take as my enemy is my friend. Because they make sure and bless me for the Christmas and top of my thing in there. And people who I supported for years, they reach out to me, then thing in there. They go all out there, I'm crying on the radio station, they asking for opportunities. Because I had a challenge with true social development. I got in jail for 2 years and something. The last regime. Literally say I was working and thing in there, and I take my brother on my table thing in there. And I part where I fighting and going on the camping and burning fire. And moving and doing political suicide work when I say thing and I certain minister coming to run our opponent and the tall man who move across to the PNM. We have to move them from the Stamburg in the meeting. And then go all out to victimize me, tell listeners and activists on the radio station, it was certain activists to be the number one caller here. I pull back the program and listen to how she talk. Then go out to victimize me and make sure me get nothing from my trend. I tell her, Andy, but who job bless no man curse, they're trying to say, well,
nice.
I'm going to tell them, I'm feeling and thing, and then we get me there. And let's keep up the good work and thing, because they don't show me the political cemetery, you know. You don't tell me nothing for me, you know. And you talk on the ground for my trailer, you know. Not for me, you know. For my trailer, I will be honorable Prime Minister listening. And yeah, my we can have victimization again. But
right, but you are praying man, but you are praying man.
But even if I was a praying man, I come from hell.
All right.
I spent 24 months in hospital. I did and come back alive. I beat all odds. Must have good morning to the Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Fuad Khan. That is a man play a part in my role for me to think in it. Because he signed this that to see about me. And people are supporting, fighting me by and supporting other people who know come across to the party and defending them. When I always fighting and toiling.
Right, but besides,
and I don't in the bush, you know.
Right.
I did talking.
Right, boy, people can just run the mouth, partner. I don't like you for that. At the end of the day, in life, partner, so long as you're alive, you will have enemies. So long as you're alive, it will have bad mind people. So long as you're alive, it will have envious people. It's for you to organize, understand your God, you be strength, don't study people, and you keep positive and get you with where you ought to get you in life for you and your children and your family, partner. You see, crying down yourself and saying, you done do, and you done this, and you done that. Stop crying down your damn self and uplift yourself and say, your God will make sure that you and your family see all your way and them kind of thing now, man. You see that kind of...
Yeah. And then...
Yeah.
I will mean, I have a God. I don't put my trust in man or man. I put my trust in God. I bless. So Andy Williams, all have a blessed and safe Christmas, New Year's, and everything. So who fight against me to stumble and fall, which I bless no man curse. Bless.
All right, man. Thank you very much. That is life. In life, it will find them kind of thing, man. Don't hurt your head. Last caller here, quick there. Let me talk to my partner, Lennox Smith here. Let me hear what's on the front burner. Go ahead, caller. You are live, morning.
Andy.
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah.
No macaroni barbecue chicken or I bring it. Open it.
All right. All right. Wait, don't let, oh Lord, you can't bring that for me. How you bring it? Through the TV? You here eat with me now, Steiner. They bring in barbecue sauce, macaroni pie. Right. So KFC, don't forget, I have something to organize to think for you there. Right, I have something to organize and think for you. Two people are going to meet. You know, so you can get some blessings for you. Anything and done that stupidness. In life, you'll get fight. You feel it like everybody like Lennox Smith? You feel everybody like Andy Williams? You feel everybody like Michael Kerr? You feel everybody like you? You feel everybody like Santa Cruz? You feel everybody like Mammy Roadbrook? You feel everybody like Kenrick Passar? You feel everybody like Mr. Orlando? Digest life, understand? Who bad talk you or bad mouth you, use that as a stepping stone and build yourself, get stronger, move forward. Look at, look me right. You same your party and where you do and where this or where that, right? And look, you ain't get nothing up to now, thing, however. I supposed to be a man real lashing out then to them. Me again nothing. I real work. Lennox Smith real work. He ain't get nothing yet neither. We ain't get nothing. And we not doing like that. We not gonna come out and say, well, any party, it has somebody fighting we, or somebody this, or somebody that. Oh, no, we don't have time for that. And for those of you saying, well, look, they're going back on radio. No. Radio have nothing to do with Lennox expectations or Andy Williams expectations. Radio was always we. So don't say, look, we get radio. No. Because we always had this. we ain't get nothing. But we know patience is virtue. They can't keep good men down. We know our hard work and commitment and dedication will be recognized one day. It may not be today. It may not be next month. It may not be next 2 months. Because people must have a conscience. People have to be wicked not to have a conscience and understand eventually, hey, what happened to Lennox Smith? What happened to the pit bull? It will happen. Just go with the flow. Go with your mic. Go in your believer. Who job best no man curse. Doing something with the expectations of something is a bad thing. I don't operate so. But what my belief is, hard work, commitment, dedication, eventually this bring rewards. Which, understand that now? So let me move forward from that. Some activists might be saying, well, Andy, you're supposed to do this. Oh no, you're right. Boom them. Corral. Say this, say that. No, why doing that for? All what I done it for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, myself, my family, my country. And one day, my benefits, all my work will come. It done come in and I'm alive. When the day come and I have food to eat. And my kids still getting to go to school. And I still sometimes can afford gas to put in my car to go and continue doing work. All this is job lessons. Right now I show my boy, look, I bring in something for you today. Big and nice. Heavy. Big, nice and heavy, man. Like job lessons. Meaning you're crying, going in vain. Let our people understand. But I don't like people carry down and bring down themselves. Who they could make me feel inferior about my own self? Nobody on this line online could say anything to me or do me anything because I don't even believe in Obia. Some people say, and you go walk Obia and they say, well, walk it. Take it and hit your mother and father first. Because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in Obia. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. I just believe in just doing good. Right, so Lennox Smith, good morning to you, my brother. Let me do some headliners here. We could open the lines now. We could get them lines.
Well, good morning to you as well, my friend. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear. Lennox Smith, and in life it will always have negative people, negative about here. Well, how you feeling?
Well, we have always taken what is called the existential philosophical approach, and that is, of course, that we are human beings, and not because, in other words, you born in poverty, that you will end up living in poverty, because you're a human being and therefore you have an intelligence, you have, of course, a brain in your head. In other words, you have circumstances and opportunities, and all you need to do is to utilize what you have around you, or what you have experienced, and once you have ambition, plan, and motivation, I think you can evolve out of the state that you would otherwise believe that you are destined for. It is called deterministic philosophy, meaning that you're born in poverty, you believe you end up in poverty. No, you have to have an existential approach where you say that I'm born in poverty, but poverty is not my destination. That is a very fundamental thing. And we have taught that over and over on this program by our own experiences and so on. You just mentioned a couple of them. And I want to say as well, consistent with, of course, our good friends' concern, is that we too see persons who we believe did not work as hard as we have, but yet still have found themselves in cushion or cushy position. But we also know that at the end of the day, those who would have made those decisions, we understand that there are people who would suddenly, now the victory has been achieved, they come out of the woodwork. They say I was in the background all the time. They say I was supporting, you know. Those who make the decisions know that. And so we are not relying on them. We are very practical people, a practical program. And then, of course, they will now broad and say where they was and so on. Most of it may be lies, but they get a position up front. But of course, as the saying goes, the race is not for the swiftest, it's who can endure to the end. So, my friend, I trust that what was delivered to you, for example, from us here at the center here, the empowerment center, I trust that did something for you. And of course, Andy has made a commitment as well. I have a suspicion as to what that may well be in order to cushion some of the negativity that may be the consequence of your present circumstance. So have faith, and eventually things are going to work out.
Nice.
All of your plea and your hard work will not fall on deaf ears.
Exactly, man.
Or on infertile ground. So just have a little more patience. But I want you not to give up, and I want you to continue to plug away, because it is the right thing to do in terms of defending that which is honorable, and that which, of course, can take us out of the morass and the quagmire that we have found ourselves politically, socially, economically, by, of course, the presence of the present administration coming into office from the 28th of April this year. All right? Yeah. Anything else that you want me to talk about?
I like how you break it down to we partner day, man. Yeah. And watch how I bless. Watch how I bless. You feel Lennox Smith and I, we rich people, we catching we tail too, you know. We catching we aunt, uncle, nenen. But first we just keep positive and we keeping our focus. Sometimes like how he get pick up on some things. It have people will go call the pitbull. Hey, pitbull, how we going? I there. Check me there. I'm gonna take gas money for you. Look how good this work. And I go and I go check the person. I go give him a little whether it be out. I don't mind whether it's 100, I get 150, whether I get 200, whatever. Bam, I get gas money. You understand, pitbull? When I know it is me working hard there, boy. Somebody go call from away. Say, pitbull, I want to send something small for you there, boy. For you to buy a little gas, I know any move. I know you have to get something or thing there. Hey, hold that there, boy. Where's your full name? And people think I can tell you all like God blessings, boy. And just keep focused.
And let me go further, Andy, just to emphasize, or should I say further emphasize what you are saying, but from a sort of another nuanced perspective. Family as well. We have families to maintain.
Yeah.
And at times, the family members, will say, well, listen, like things ain't going anywhere. I have had that. Andy has had that.
What?
Mikey would have experienced that as well. But we never floundered. We never say, well, listen, we are going to abandon the right thing that we have committed ourselves to, which is, of course, liberating Trinidad and Tobago from the PNM, and to make certain that our children and our children's children, if not us in the main, live a better life and a better opportunity for the future of Trinidad and Tobago, including those persons who may be abroad and deciding to come back with their money in order to invest. All of that we have thought of, and all of that means we cannot afford to abandon, just as you, Casey, my friend, you cannot afford to abandon either, because it's your children, as you emphasize, your children on today's presentation. But I want to tell you, don't give up. Don't give up. That is crucial, because we are talking about not necessarily for us. We would love to be, but we probably, some of us, like Moses, may not enter the promised land, but at least we direct the people. Yeah. Andy and Mikey always tease me about Laventille. That Laventille will never, of course, change. But I have supreme confidence that even if I do not see it or live to see it, I know that future generations will, because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do, people. So let us not, huddle or in any way decry or be too focused on the negatives, as opposed to seeing the glass half filled.
Hold 1
very,
minute.
very important.
Hold 1 minute. Go ahead. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you alive. What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
I just call to say good morning, man, and wish the whole country Merry Christmas, man.
Very good, boss. I know this voice, man.
Yeah, Valencia.
Nice,
Andy
Valencia.
Quebec.
Yes, indeed. And how is Valencia? How is Valencia leading up to D-Day?
Quiet this morning, man. Quiet this morning.
Nice.
Right, my friend.
But just make sure let Valencia who don't know about
Parang.
Parang.
I know that alcohol is expensive, so I don't want to say babash, but you could do it in any kind of formula so that people would know if that is the name of the game. Because so I could come up there and get something, because rum on the shelf, in spite of the reduction in price by the manufacturers, very expensive. Go ahead, let me hear you.
So no problem, man. We will make it the best of however it come by.
Well,
No?
I hear you.
well, very good.
Good parable. All right. So I know I could come there.
Well, like
Yes,
you're not
man.
looking for
Yes.
invitation, Valencia. We ain't reading between the line now.
Plenty jamun up here. Jamun said to be ready, so you make the jamun wine fair.
Oh, you go,
I hear
you
you,
go
my
make the
friend.
job
I
one
hear you,
feeling.
my
Lennox.
friend.
What
I
time
hear
the man
you.
doing? The man begging on the low profile, their partner Valencia. You're supposed to know the man wants some kind of jamun wine, something.
Yes. You have jamun up here, man. Come,
Homemade
jamun, hot plum.
stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You know, keep it live.
Yes.
All the best.
All right, Valencia,
Yes.
make sure and let people know we are back on live for the people who, you see, like how you go log on online and this thing. It have a lot of people we lose because they don't have internet, or they can't log online because they don't have they don't want to go no Facebook, YouTube, them kind of thing. They let them know they can get us live on radio again from the 5th of Monday the 5th of this new month coming here.
Yes.
Yeah, on 91.1 FM.
Yes.
Yes, on 91.1 FM and on TV4.
What do?
All right, partner.
Everybody.
In fact, today, Andy, I think we are putting another cog in that process towards the 5th. We have a meeting this morning for 11 o'clock. Just a reminder to you that we have a meeting with the TTT officials in order to, of course, finalize certain things.
Well, right.
In preparation.
I forget that to know. Thanks. I don't plan on my morning day already. I forget that because I know I don't organize to meet some people there for KFC. And
We had to greet them with fervor, with grit, with determination, with zest, with effervescence, and with the continued determination that in spite of the challenges we have experienced in 2025, 2026 must be one of optimism and one where delivery, because the Prime Minister did in fact really attack in my view to all of her ministers that it is about bending your back, suggesting, you remind me of those old time sayings, the old people would say a long time, bend your back, meaning that you put some elbow grease into the effort in order to achieve the objective. What is the objective? Making the lives of Trinbagonians much better.
Nice. So, Lord, I hope for the new year you bless us. That time I see a internet bill I have to pay. I study and I say, hey boy, that internet go cut boy thing, and then somebody go call. And there you go and say, are you alright? Ask them for your thy life, thy God blessings. I don't believe in bad and badness and bad mouth and obi and no, I'm making it in life. My bills will pay. I will see my way. That's how people must be, man. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to
Good
you,
morning
man.
to you, and all the best for the Christmas season, Miss Woodbrook. Sorry about that. Yes.
Yes, Lennox, and I have to talk to Angie maybe today. Okay?
Okay.
Yes,
Good. Great.
guys.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody say. For the way you and Lennox have been fighting for UNC for the past 10 years. I mean, they say, you never went here or went there. I never hear all about talk the UNC not once. I cannot imagine how up to this day, and they had to be saying somebody at the game, somebody think they pay the internet bill, and that shouldn't be. Say one thing, say another, let the truth be told. If all you was working for PNM, the way all you was working for UNC, all you would have get millions of dollars in contract to do nothing. That wasn't right because we couldn't waste money. So, but you want to tell me nobody in UNC could show some appreciation and some respect and make sure that the two of you have a job with an income so that all you could live comfortable? I was saying, wait, and not because you think you want, but let us be real. Everybody needs money to live, and I think it is very, very important for you to show appreciation to the people who you know are loyal, and I repeat, loyal to the party and the government. You understand? Even KFC, I don't care what any. Hello?
Yeah, we are here.
Yeah, I hear and I get an
Lennox,
echo. Even
mute Lennox, mute. We get a feedback. You have to mute. Go ahead, mommy, road bro.
Yeah, even KFC. I don't care what anybody say. First to begin, KFC is a human being. He's a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Why it is one man has to be begging every day for a little something. And you want to tell me out of 1.5 or how much ever people, nobody in this country don't have a heart to put everything aside and say, you know something? Let me organize to give this man a bread because he is really in need. They abuse him in every way. I don't know KFC and I don't know about KFC, but they abuse him in the worst of way every day. Why all they have to do is give him a daily bread and give him whatever it is to make sure he's satisfied. I don't know what is the thing, but people like to judge. I don't judge, I don't judge. I see people as human beings, and when they are crying out, it's because they are in need. And to give a hungry man a bread, I think it's anybody with a heart, anybody who believes in God, anybody who believes we are our brother keeper, they will do it. And the Lord said, whatever you do to the least of my brother, you do unto me. I don't know what is the personal vendetta these people have against KFC. I don't know if KFC is whatever. But the thing about it, he is hungry and he is asking, and I don't see why he should have to be, it is not, it's every day for months. Every day for months. What is really the story? Why they treating him so? What is really the story? I am to all who talking. I wonder if they would like to be treated the way that they treat this young man. As I said, I don't know the story, but I think as a human being, he should be treated a little better, right? And Andy, let me go on to these in Tobago. And fellas, gentlemen, you could tell me exactly what it is going on with these Tobagonians, these people in Tobago, these PLM people, I should say. And the other one, I think is the one with the doctor, whatever she named, the one who have the party in Tobago, right? These people come every day to make this radar the big issue about Tobago. Just like how they stand up and lie and talk about the Calcutta ship and the people coming on the Calcutta ship to take Tobago and destroy Tobago. And the Tobagonians panic and went and vote PNM. They're repeating the same thing now. With the raider. As if the raider come there to kill Tobago, to mash up Tobago and destroy everything in Tobago. An election come in, all you did nothing but Tobago, and the only thing all you could campaign on, all your PNM and all you with the other party is the raider. You understand? People, Tobagonians, all you prove to be intelligent people. Do not listen to the nonsense these people talking and go and not support Farley. Because as far as I am can see, I know probably the 4 years with Farley could not have been perfect. But you must remember, Farley was under central government, which was the PNM. The PNM that made sure that they made everything hard for Farley, so that the people would turn against Farley and his party, you understand, and go back to the PNM. But for God's sake, all year, I watching these PNM people. I say it's boldface, so it's shame they don't have shame. So what they want Tobago to go back in their hands for? All you remember the problem on the sea bridge, the problem with tourism, all the problems that was created under the PNM. All you must never ever forget that and go and put all your vote by PNM or nobody else. You understand? As far as I am concerned, now all you get central government with a prime minister who really care. And as Farley himself said, it was the best budget, maybe not perfect, but it was the best budget Tobago ever received under this UNC government. And better days and more things are coming. So all you're a part of progress. Do like the people in Guyana. Keep all your progress going. You understand? Keep rising. Don't put all your island in reverse gear and put a ounce of power back in none of them PNM people hand. Because all PNM there's one power to do is to take all the money for themselves, their friends, and their family. You understand? So all you be smart. Vote for all your best interests. Maybe some of you might have been disappointed if things didn't happen the way it should have happened, but better days are coming. Make sure and run Tobago, run PNM, and I think it's Dr. Angus or whatever is human name. Run all of them and last time she stand up on the news crying. She's so hurt, she's so emotional because of the radar. What is really wrong with all you? Huh? And then Akash gone running all over Tobago to make confusion to help PNM about the radar. The CNC3 Doris Polo and thing. They never was running all over Trinidad when we had 10 years of crime. Every day somebody getting killed. They never bring a report and go all up in the bush and see where the crime and the drugs was. But now imagine, they couldn't get to see it. They get somebody, even if it's on a helicopter or whatever, to take a aerial view to talk about the radar. Let me tell you this now. You see, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, that woman is not a fool. Right? She's an intelligent woman. And remember, she is a senior counsel. So she knows the law, right? She's not going to do anything to put Trinidad and Tobago in jeopardy, right? Why not can't trust and stop all the propaganda and all the dotage talk every day? It's the same nonsense every day and nothing positive, right? We have to trust the government and we have to put our faith and our trust in Almighty God and believe that everything will be okay. You understand? This situation that we are, nobody here didn't buy it. Nobody didn't ask for it, but it happened. Trinidad is situated where it is situated, and Trump see the need for to get rid of these evil people, and we happen to be right where you're situated next to Guyana. And you want to tell me people don't know, people don't understand that Kamala Prasad Bisesa and her government, they did not organize all that is going on in Venezuela. Every bill is Kamala. The government. Why nobody ain't calling Trump? Send an email to Trump. Make a phone call to Trump. You know, look at technology now. All you call Trump and complain, and all you stop it. You understand? So, you know, we have it easy in this place, but we're going to keep on fighting. And let me go and take long. But nevertheless, it's Christmas, a couple days before Christmas. I hope and pray that everybody will be okay. And a friend of mine was telling me yesterday, a friend of hers went to have some surgery and she died. And you know, and the husband, when he got the news, he got a heart attack and he dropped down and he died too. That was a couple of years ago. No. You understand? And it's Christmas coming. So, yes, so Andy, we have to think. So when people are saying they don't have this and they don't have that, I know it's hard, but at least you have life. You understand? If you have lime, make some lime juice. And we who have a little more, if everybody give a little something, it don't have to be much, because if one give a bread, and the next one give a bread, and the next one give a bread, you know that ended up being 3 bread. So let us think, let us look at things. So it is hard, you know, I am not saying, and Christmas coming and people don't have this and don't have that, you understand? So let us think about each other and see if we can do everything to make life better. But the most important thing, people have to be thankful for life. You understand? I mean, they say it's not easy to have life and not have your bread and not have to have nothing. You have life, but you want to be able to be comfortable. So let us take the responsibility and everybody give a little something to make each other happy. Because Andy, you know, out here is not easy. It is not easy, right? And the UNC, as I said, they're now in government and they can't, fix everybody. But you know something? I think it would be so nice. It would be so nice if somebody in the UNC would just say, something, let me send a card or let me say thank you or let me show some appreciation to the people who have been there for over 10 years, having the UNC back, no matter what. You understand? Appreciation is something that everybody wants. You understand? So, Andy, let us all get together, help each other, and make our Christmas the best as it is. If you're feeling good and you're feeling well, thank God. You understand? Whatever maybe you might want 10 things and you only have one, be thankful. And the rest of us who have a little more, as I say, let us find ways and mean this week to share to our brothers and sisters. Okay, fellas, so have a good day, and we're going to continue, praying for each other. And Tobago people, all you be smart. Don't listen to one word that them shameless PNM coming to tell all you this Christmas time. PNM have no shame. They want power. What do you think they want power for? To make Tobago better? No. To fill their pocket and to continue wasting and thieving all the money that they thief for years. You understand? So people be smart. Let us all vote for our best interest and let us keep on seeing, what we can do to help each other and to make our Christmas happy. Right? Because there are some people, the grief and the sadness and things that they're experiencing, no amount of money, no amount of nothing can really ease the pain this year. So let us see that, we are blessed. We are blessed. Okay, Andy and Lennox, and as I always say good morning to Caronage and to the people of Barrackport and all the people who call it, all Central, everybody who have called this program faithfully for 10 years. They now jump in 10 years. And the ones who now jump in, we appreciate all you too, you understand? So let us keep on talking. Let us keep on fighting, as I say. Let us keep on praying. There are people who are going to cuss us and say, you're talking too much, it's this and that. But let me tell you now, you don't care. You don't care. We standing up for our country, and we're going to continue standing up for our country, and we are going to continue supporting Kamala Persad-Bissessar, because this woman has the interest of Trinidad and Tobago and the people of Trinidad and Tobago at heart. And this is what we want, right? Forward ever, backward never. Tobago, be smart, all you intelligent, all you bright. You see what you do the last election, and only had it 14-1. I'm looking forward to 15-0. You understand? Do what you're supposed to do. Blessings, guys, and blessings to all the beautiful people on the ground report. Bye.
Thank you, Mommy Rodbrook. Oh boy, let me continue to take them calls. The calls and them just coming furious. Morning caller, where calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Yes, Andy, Mighty Kerr, Lennox Smith, Trinidad and Tobago Central here. Let me begin by saying, look, go to the top of the class. You make proposals this morning. You talk, you preach this morning. Trinidad and Tobago, Stanford, for our ground report program, that they're always bringing fundamental issues in this country. Andy, Mighty K, and Lennox Smith, may God continue blessing each and every one of you all and other family. Continue the good job that what you're doing. And Merry Christmas and a happy, bright, and prosperous New Year, Trinidad and Tobago. You understand what we're saying, Andy? It's all about love, understanding each other, respecting each other, and helping out each other. You understand what we're saying? That's what we're talking about. So far, so good. And that's what we're talking about. At the end of the day, Andy, it's not about no bad spirit. It's about loyalty and realness. And that's what we love. Right? I like how I see them children and them looking real happy, Andy. I never see children smile and be happy for 10 years' time. So that I want to be going to see that. That is good. I love that. And at the end of the day, we want to see the thing called happiness in this country. We want to be seeing no sad face and hear no sad story. There's certain things that go on already. It shouldn't be about them thing again no more in this country. Because the performing administration, what's in here right now, is going to perform. And that's what we want. You see, old talk better than small talk. At the end of the day, It's performance we're dealing with. So, Andy, if you're not coming back up, maybe tomorrow or the following day, we would like to wish you all a happy and Merry Christmas and a blessed and
we're going till Christmas Eve. We're going till Christmas Eve.
You know, and you all continue the awesome job that you all doing, and you know, all the blessing is just right there. It's just waiting us. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
yes.
Andy, what I could say, boy, hear what I'm telling you. It's just love at the flow. And understanding and respect with each other. Right? So, what we going to say again? Let's let the love flow. Nothing can say again, so mommy will book. You leave me speechless this morning. You talk, you preach. So to all the loyal listeners, the great contributors, and the solid supporters, all you continue looking and listening, and they have plenty to learn on this program. This program is a blessed program. It's not an ordinary program. This is a #1 program. So for the rest of Trinidad and Tobago, all you look on, listen, learn, and understand. Right? And you don't know Andy. Look on and listen. And it's that.
Go ahead, caller, make it short and sweet. A pleasant good morning to you, because it has some headliners that I would like to go into, such as before caller just now, a senior, caller Lennox Smith had a game breakdown, a senior, hold on caller, securing the city, downtown police post brings feeling of safety. That is all to me. That is all that could bring, feeling of safety. But to say our people downtown safe, that BS to me there, because that police post when I pass in there in town, there's not nobody in it. Nobody. I don't see no police there. So a police post can't secure nobody. Active policing, whereby you catch these criminals. Detection, when you come to detection, hey Pepure. Then we also see here just a caller, blows for Kamala, Bissessa, zone of priests, right? Antigua leader, opposition rejects PM unreliable CARICOM statements, right? So they say to Antigua Prime Minister hits Kamala Prasad Bissessa over unreliable partner, billions from CARICOM. So you know Lennox go into that. Kamala remarks reckless, says opposition. Amy Brown and Dr. Rowley saying her remarks is reckless. Antiguan Prime Minister got false information, says sobers. Kamala rips into Gaston, fires back at Antiguan leader. Right? Lennox Smith go into that one, I think. U.S. Coast Guard goes after third Venezuelan tanker. So the U.S. Coast Guard went after third Venezuelan tanker. But I heard that one got get through because that somebody, I don't know what the information is, that China or Russia escort their own tanker. They escort their own tanker, so the tanker get through. Well, this one, it get through. Right. Well, groups calls for action. Well, we are going to that. Fireworks warning. So don't forget fireworks warning. Laborers slain during hold up. A laborer was slain during a hold up. Just brushing 2 days. So Lennox, them some of the headliners. I want you to think on day in a bit day. PM confirms U.S. military. This now is in the Guardian. I was reading from the Express just now. The Guardian now is saying PM confirms U.S. military have set up support office for radar as PNM demands answers. Right? Oh boy, as PNM. Petia speaks for itself. Right? That is the front page of the Express. Rowley Gaston Brown take Kamala to task over CARICOM claims. Yeah, but when Rowley was say, what the hell you was doing for CARICOM? Eh? Man, well, we know the border told us 359. The year nearly done. Like, call her, God, you nearly get you. So I'm so glad you get you and hold on and you're waiting because...
Andy, it's me, come now, all right.
Oh, God, well, all right now, go ahead now, bacchanal voice, go ahead. Me on a bacchanal with you, you know. Go ahead, Bacchanal.
Listen,
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this to your attention today. So on Saturday, I went to Pennywise, right? Now, you see, we saw out here studying to cuss anti-cams and try to bring down anti-cams. And our kids have no kind of brought up, see nothing about them. So I'm in Pennywise, I'm standing in the line, and this young lady pushed through the line, pushed me to the side. And guess who it is the young lady who pushed through the line, pushed me to the side, and didn't even say sorry or excuse me. Everybody in the line was like, what is that? Marsha Walker daughter.
Serious?
Serious. No, serious. I walk up to the line, I paid my stuff. While I'm leaving, I said, young lady, I say, excuse me, is nothing bad to say, you know. Right? I say, you need to have some brought up, see. And I walked out. Right? But you're busy, you are busy every minute on social media, posting this, posting that. And your youth has no brought up, see. And let me tell you something, Andy. When I said that to her, she could have said, oh, mom, or Miss Lady, or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. If you see the attitude of this child, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. And if that is your attitude, young lady, growing up, somebody will knock you out here. Trust and believe that. Because there's very ignorant people that you will push like that, and they will retaliate in a different way, especially you're not saying sorry, or they tell you, well, you could say sorry, and you're giving attitude. Right? Andy, I was in awe.
Well,
but at the same time, I really wasn't too much in awe, because I know the character of the mother. Right? I tell you what made him, I say, but wait, I watch the child properly. Even the car shot and I say, but that's that girl, that's Marsha Walker daughter. I say, yes, of course, that's her daughter. And you see her attitude? Right? You don't do, I tell you, and this she burst through the line, because she was trying, she went to pick, she was paying for something, and she went back for something, so she coming back to pay. But excuse me is nothing hard to say. But it shows you that how she's being raised. It shows you that. Because if you are outside and you are among adults and you could bust through a line and you can't say excuse me or sorry and have an attitude when somebody say, well, you could say excuse me, that tells a lot. But you know what? Her mother takes up so much time on the social media, worrying what Kamala doing and what Kamala ain't doing. Let me tell you something, Master Walker. Worry to put some manners in your youth. That is what you need to worry about. Because what I saw Saturday, that's no manners, none at all. And nicely I turned to her and I said, you could have said sorry, or you could have said excuse me. And the attitude I get, I say, wow. But sweetheart, you see these times we live in Trinidad, that's not the attitude. The wrong person might have a bad day, and you and them will have it out very bad, and it will end up very bad. Don't be like that. Change that attitude. Trust and believe. Change that attitude. That is all I want to see. And the fact of the matter is that Miss Walker, stop studying Kamala. Trust and believe that. Study to put some manners in your child. Because, hello, you don't do that. You do not do that. Anyway, Andy, Trinidad and Tobago, I want to just say, Andy, before I go, because I will not be calling back because I am very busy actually right now I'm going to do some stuff and I'm very, very busy. Trinidad and Tobago, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. And, Andy?
Yes, yes.
Right, and I want to say this. Not everybody is fortunate to put ham, lamb, and jam on their tables. A lot of us might be able to lend a hand, some of us may not be able to. If you can give as small as it is, even as a pack of sugar, and you know somebody is in need, or a child, or a family, please give. This is the season for giving. This is the season of joy. Christmas is a a joyous time. Christmas is a festive time. It's a time where we come together as a nation, right? And I just want to say for the less fortunate, what you can give, please send out your hand and give to whoever you can. I'm not saying to put yourself in a situation where you're giving and you don't have. No. But once you can lend a hand to the fortunate ones that who doesn't have, because there's plenty people who may not be able to wake up Christmas Day and have the big lavish that some of us will have on our tables. Right? So I just want to say to everyone else, please, if you have, help whoever. Give whoever. Put a smile on a child's face, put a smile on a family face, right? Because at the end of the day, let's try and live in love and not hate. Because what I'm seeing going on, I don't like it. I wish I could fix it, but I can't. Even on this program, I'm seeing too much of the callers. You're all fighting each other. And that is not nice. That breaks my heart when I see that. When I see one calling and the next one calling to bash the next one. Teeth and tongue this clash. Nobody is saying no. But I think we're big enough to understand that it didn't call for. It doesn't call for. And KFC, I understand where KFC is coming from because I didn't know he was sick and all these things. So at the same time, let's not bash him, right? And it's good that he came out and he apologized and he saw where he went wrong. Let's not try to put a smoke in his wheel neither, because as he say, he feel like people putting a smoke in his wheel. But at the same time, God is in control. Nobody can put a smoke in your wheel. What God have for you, nobody could stop it, right? So I really hope, KFC, that you get the help and you get whatever you could get, whoever could contribute to him, and his kids especially could have a good Christmas. Andy, Merry Christmas to you, Lennox, Mikey. Have a great day, Trinidad and Tobago. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning.
A pleasant good morning, Andy. Ann Brown here.
Ann Brown here. Merry Christmas to you, Ann Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Lennox. Mr. Lennox, I need you to call me after the program, please. Director, Miss Anna, Miss Woodbrook, our sister Al correspondent, Mother Bernie, Mr. Barack Poe, Mr. Tunapuna, I hope you're okay. And all on the live stream.
Lennox, Ann Brown says she wanted to call her after the program. Important. Right? So Ann Brown said call her after the program. Right. Go ahead, Miss Ann Brown.
And all on the live stream. And to all of our other contributors for making this program what it is and what it has become. Bigger and better. Bringing timely news and factual information. Andy, congrats to you on your new appointment for 2026. I would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year 2025. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a blessed day.
All right. I find that congrats come like I get appointment. No. Congrats that we going back on mainstream media from the 5th. I still await my appointment. Don't let me do mix up radio, just radio. Look, we on radio all now. All year last year. Year before last. So let me don't mix the radio. I'm just happy that we back on mainstream to get back all these people to continue educating these people and them on our government goals and achievements and moving forward. Oh boy. Lennox Smith, tell me about this.
No, I concur, my friend, and there should be no, let's say, ambiguity with respect to, of course, being on radio, back on radio and on television, with, of course, our commitment to disseminating information, gathering, of course, through the interaction between the callers and ourselves and with the information we have, and, of course, the information that you would have had. We are able, of course, to put what I consider to be the democracy of Trinidad and Tobago in perspective, because too often we would have been subjected to the propaganda and the biased information of the now opposition, especially when they're in government, trying, of course, to emasculate and to hoodwink and to deceive. So that function and that role is distinct, independent, and separate from any other opportunities that may be forthcoming, consequential of the government being in office. I want to tell you this, that even though, and whilst we have not made it clear, but I think it is understood that even if, of course, there are separate appointments on whatever grounds, whatever reason, that we will not abandon this. And I don't expect especially the present administration, directly, of course, communicated with by when she was opposition leader, now the Honorable Prime Minister of the country. We made it clear, I think, let me put it this way, it was understood on a mutual basis that our job is to do exactly what we are doing and will continue to do. Because I'll tell you that apart from this opportunity that may be considered to be a government opportunity, remember, we have always been independent. Media TT, don't forget that. Of course, we have corridor transformation, Eye in the Night, almost every night, every day. And then, of course, you also had the Observer run by Michael Kerr, and we have never stopped. So what are you saying, that that somehow is some kind of compensation? No, it is something that is totally distinct from whatever opportunities that may come to serve the people in another capacity, as so many others so far has been able to do, based on political offices, political opportunities that would have been available, and of course putting us in a position to serve, and serve more and more abundantly. That is all we are saying. So I trust that there is no, as I say, mix up, no ambiguity with respect to what we are doing on a daily basis, and what political opportunities would come consequential of political appointments. All right, so let's make it clear. All right, that being as it may.
Nice, that being as it may, Lennox. This whole bacchanal day with CARICOM, what that's about? What bacchanal is about? What Kamala say answer them back?
Very simple. Gaston Brown of Antigua Barbuda and the Dominican Prime Minister are up in arms against Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister because she did not support a CARICOM position, the rest of the CARICOM position, on the question of the Americans stopping visa requirements and abandoning some visas coming out of these two countries, because they have a policy called citizen as a result, citizen by investment. So they have a program that occurs in Grenada, it occurs in St. Lucia, it occurs in Dominica, it occurs, of course, in Antigua, Barbuda. But of course, the Americans are saying that is too risky, because when you ask people to pay some money to become a citizen of your country, people who might have been not offered entry into the United States could simply go and pay for residency or for citizenship in these countries and then enter the United States. You see? And of course, there are undesirables as well, whether it be terrorists, etc., can use that mechanism to get into the United States. It's all part of their security mechanism that they have been implementing, including, of course, reasons why they are now in the Southern Caribbean, just off our coast and that of Venezuela. So, CARICOM says, made a statement indicating that they condemned the United States for taking that position. Trinidad and Tobago says no. These countries should up their game and give the Americans assurances that that arrangement will not affect their national security interests. And of course, she went on to say that, of course, CARICOM has become an unreliable partner. Of course, that takes into consideration, in my humble interpretation, that the way how they have acted against the Venezuelans versus that of Guyana, for example, and her initial statements on the matter, quite apart from the whole question of the Zone of Peace initiative or the Zone of Peace concept that CARICOM has, certain parts of CARICOM has taken. And as a result, Gaston Brown, the Prime Minister of Antigua Barbuda, is now saying, listen, we are the second, CARICOM at least is the second largest commercial partner or business partner, or economic partner that Trinidad and Tobago has. And much of our manufactured items are sold to these countries. And therefore, he found that statement was unfortunate. I think it was described as what? As diplomatic immaturity. Is either he or I think the current opposition leader might have spoken along that line. But of course, the general opposition to that position is that there is a fracture between CARICOM and Trinidad and Tobago, and that fracture is widening. Of course, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, the Prime Minister of this country, is saying categorically that Trinidad and Tobago's interest is what she is concerned with first and foremost. And if it is that the Americans are the ones to secure our borders and to, of course, assist us with our security issues, and I agree, because remember, in the Western Hemisphere, Trinidad and Tobago at one time has been seen as the per capita more terrorists than any other country in the Western Hemisphere. We have that reputation. It was all over the place because of the situation with ISIS and so on in the Middle East and in Syria and so on, some of which still have repercussions as we speak. Secondly, since the Americans have been here and they are our largest trading partner, Trinidad and Tobago's interest is secured. And therefore, in that context, the present administration, via the Prime Minister of all persons, are making it very, very clear to all and sundry. And what she is saying to the rest of CARICOM, particularly when Trinidad and Tobago disassociated itself with that statement that both Dominica and Antigua should not be subjected to the sanctions, or not sanctions, but the restrictions of the Americans as far as visa entry into America is concerned. All she's saying is get your act in order. Because Grenada did it. That's the point I was going to make earlier. Grenada did it. I think St. Kitts Nevis did it. That is to say, they upgraded, they did more vetting, they consulted with the Americans, and as a consequence of that, Grenada and I believe St. Lucia and St. Kitts and Nevis are not subjected to the same restrictions as of their citizens entering the United States as that of Antigua and Dominica. Yet still, Gaston Brown is condemning, of course, Trinidad and Tobago, suggesting that somehow as a founding member of CARICOM, we are generating a split or antagonism scenario that, of course, doesn't augur well for the future. Well, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago has made it very clear that CARICOM is not a reliable partner, and as I said earlier, she is saying that against a number of recent developments that has caused her to say that, including, of course, not having a categorical statement on Maduro and Venezuela, not being silent on the attempt by Maduro and his thugs to invade the Essequibo region, which is part of Guyana. The rest of CARICOM has remained silent on that, and therefore the zone of peace that the rest of the CARICOM is talking about is an illusion, a fake narrative, and therefore Trinidad and Tobago cannot countenance or in any way condone that kind of behavior. And it's in that context they are divergent in terms of their position on the Americans' presence and, of course, the situation with Venezuela, because whether they like it or not, Venezuela has posed into the Western Hemisphere, make it a hemisphere of instability because of the migration or the movement of people, over 8 million of their citizens out of Venezuela and deposited into several neighboring South American countries, including, well, which is part of Latin America, of course, and that of the Caribbean as well. So that is where that issue is. And on the question of the vessels, yes, there was another vessel that was tanker that was confiscated, or I should say, or seized by the Americans. So that makes it 3 now. And there is something called the Dark Fleet. I looked up that because it's part of the last one was part of the Dark Fleet, meaning that they are old boats or old vessels or old tankers that have reached retirement age, but people purchase them in order to either breach sanctions like oil, whether in the Middle East or right here in the Caribbean relating to Venezuela, or they are pursuing, of course, illicit or contraband trafficking, and part of their function is to take off their transponder to try to deceive, of course, anybody trying to track their movements. And of course, it's very interesting to see some of the things that they would do in order to make certain that they remain clandestine, they remain secretive, that they are not detected for the work that they are doing, disrupting, of course, international trade in one instance, and of course, breaching sanctions on the other hand, but all in an effort to make money. And many of them are either abandoned eventually when they are caught. And in the case of the United States, the oil that would have been found on these vessels, well, they are subjected to some judicial consideration in the United States, and then the court decides what should be done with the cargo, so to speak, especially if it's cargo like oil that could, of course, pollute if it is unleashed or released into the atmosphere, well, into the environment, I should say. So therefore, all of these are complex issues that have been surrounding, and Trinidad and Tobago is smack in the center of at this point in time. So that's basically what those two items are all about. In terms, of course, of the radar, well, the opposition in Tobago, I think, has a greater clarity now in terms of the military personnel that were there, because my research shows that radar, not only, as we said last week, it can detect the smallest of vessels on water, as well as, of course, being sophisticated for military purposes. In fact, it's 3 systems that came into one. The inventors, of course, in the United States, and I think it's only about 58 of them that exist, one of which is now in Trinidad. And that deals with all matters relating to detection, whether it be missiles coming, let's say, from any country. It could tell you where it came from, and of course could now cause a response to directly attack where the missile emanated from. It has all that capacity. It has capacity, of course, to treat with our airspace as well, and of course part of air trafficking and all of that. And it is different. I looked it up as well. It is different from what we had before, in the sense that the Israeli, it came from Israel, our 365 degrees radar system that was purchased by Patrick Manning under the PNM. Well, that is joke compared to this particular facility, which is a highly mobile. It could go on plane, it could go on boat, it could drive on land, etc., and move from place to place, but very sophisticated. And as I said, very, very efficient in terms of connecting to the American military systems so that they could easily take out any missile that might come, in this case, for our purposes, let's say from Venezuela. They could easily take it out, know where it come from, and of course, and know when it come in as well. So you could, of course, deploy your defense capability or capacity as the case may be. So that is where that is. And a lot of work had to be done. I was up 2 o'clock this morning looking at all of the historical and all of the technical issues that are involved. So bottom line, the concerns that the Tobagonians opposition has is nil, is null and void, is of no effect, and it protects Trinidad and Tobago's waters. And of course, the Americans are there as well to assist us. And therefore, in that context, the government is on the right path. So it's much ado about nothing. The system itself will take 3 persons can operate it, but it may fall for repairs, etc. And therefore, some 15 persons is required. So it's about that is on the island, but yet still they are talking about what the military people are doing. Well, they are there to support, as part of the support, technical staff for that radar facility that is now deployed in Tobago at the Robinson, the N.I. Robinson Airport facility there. Any other? So people, I think you would have had a comprehensive understanding as to what is happening there. Yes, I see that we had 2 double murders somewhere in the country. I think one in Moruga and one closer to us here, closer to the north. And I think there's a body that was found as well. But in spite of that, we know that the murders in Trinidad and Tobago for 2025 now coming to a close is much less, almost 33% reduction, if closer to half the amount that would have normally happened under the previous administration. Yes, there has been some jitters in terms of the closure of URP, CPEP, etc. There are some anxieties, but clearly one can see that the 20,000 offering, the further 50,000 offering, and then, of course, the pilot project that was launched just before, about a week or 2 ago, with respect, of course, to 220 persons deployed in the various regional corporations. Some say it's a replacement for CPEP, etc. Some say it can be because of the numbers and how it is being functioned, because it is under the ambit or the control of the regional corporations administrations. Well, all of that, I think, will be worked out as soon as the pilot stage or the pilot phase of this exercise is completed, because clearly it can be just 220 persons, because I mean, if it is that 10,000 persons have been dislodged, well, one can see that the 20,000 announced in terms of registration, the additional 50,000 by virtue of jobs and the various ministries that will now be engaged, utilizing, of course, what is called the PSIP, the Public Sector Investment Program, coming out of the 2026 budget allocations. One can see that I say by the end of the first quarter of 2026, we should see, of course, some settling down of the labor situation, the employment situation in this country, and by the second quarter, meaning that by June of next year, we should be seeing a total, of course, situation where people can now feel much more comforted that they would have employment opportunities and that they can now, of course, in a reliable way, put food on their respective tables. So I think one has to just wait, because I mean the weight of that, of the decadence and the disruptions and the deceptions and the mismanagement and the corruption and the nepotism and the cronyism that became the hallmark of the PNM past must take time in order to address. Wow, I must say that this is no easy task, but I think it is good also to say that a year is quick time to have that result. We have about 5 months now, another 6 months. I think give the government a year thereabout. I think as I said, by the middle of next year, I think things should settle out, and we should know all that is required to be put in place in order to make Trinidad and Tobago get an even keel, diversification, and all of the other economic issues that are necessary in order to treat with the social, economic, cultural, and psychological issues that Trinidad and Tobago is plagued with, or has been plagued with, in the previous 9 years of the PNM. And I always use the Balize House as a classic example. I always use the fact that they met some over $12 billion in reserves in 2015, saying to us and the international community that we have something like 12 months of import, and by the time the PNM left on the 28th of April this year, we had only just about 4 to 5 months of import, because that reserve was reduced to about $4 billion. US are talking about. I ain't talk yet about interfering with the HSF, the Heritage and Civilization Fund. I ain't talk that yet. And I ain't talk about the draconian measures in order to compensate or to try to make up, to try to create more resources for the Treasury. The government then engaged, of course, in all kinds of draconian taxes, whether it be the property tax or whether it be the implementation of the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority and other measures, including, of course, that of the electricity increase rates as well as water rates, etc. So when one makes a comparison, as I've always said, if the PNM was in government, by now we eating the total bread that the devil needs. That is the best way to describe. If you think things are bad, based on the measures that would have been implemented of necessity by the present government, having regard to what they would have met. Imagine if you had given a continuation of the PNM to manage our affairs. You wouldn't even have the possibility that the oil refinery will get back on stream. You wouldn't even have that. Even though just at the ending or just after the middle of last year, when of course the Ukraine-Russian war was in full cry, and oil prices, and I see that oil prices are starting to rise again because of certain developments both here in the Caribbean and elsewhere. I see some $61.71. I have to check to see what was the price of a barrel of oil that this present budget was based upon. So let's see how close it is or how far it is from it. But the fact of the matter is that when that started, oil prices rose. That war, oil prices rose. And Heritage, even though PNM didn't put anything to increase the volume of oil by barrels to come out of the ground, but what they were producing attracted some $8 billion in added revenue, a windfall. And that is what triggered, of course, Rowley saying, and he trying to be magnanimous and being gracious to the public servants and saying that I'm going to move it from 4% increase to 5%. Remember that when, of course, they were insistent that they stick it at 4% for public servants in terms of the increase over the negotiated period that was outstanding. 8 billion. Rowley confessed that. But he remained studiously avoiding what would have happened if the oil refinery was operating, even though, as Imsworth would have said, 100,000 barrels a day that was being refined by that oil refinery, and we had to import maybe 75% of that because, of course, the local production would have, of course, been augmented with foreign imports. Or if it couldn't, at least we would have sold our oil because of the sulfur content and import, let's say, 100,000. The fact of the matter is that Imsworth told us that the oil refinery was a net earner of foreign exchange. So it still requires a commission of inquiry, in my view, to find out why it is that oil refinery was shut down. And I keep saying, and we keep saying, that it was as a result of to try to protect one man from the fake oil matter. The captain, the then prime minister, and the whole cabinet conspired to shut down a major source of foreign exchange, contributing collectively, whether it be oil, gas, and petrochemical, to 80% of our foreign exchange earnings. And today, because of a drastic reduction in that, we have difficulty in earning foreign exchange, and therefore businesses are reeling, especially those who require material from abroad and, of course, parts and so on for their manufacturing exercises and or raw material. They have difficulty in apart from, of course, consumables that places like PriceMart and so on will import in order for our domestic, let's say, domestic citizens to consume or to purchase. But the fact is, we have had a drastic reduction in the availability of foreign exchange, and thus, of course, all of those measures, those fiscal and monetary measures that would have been taken by banks and, of course, the central bank in order to sort of keep Trinidad and Tobago on even keel, including, of course, the creation of the Exim Bank and providing certain special facilities for manufacturing, in particular, to that facility. So we have some work to do. We understand what the problems are, and therefore it requires over time solutions. What the present government has been doing is laying the foundation for Trinidad and Tobago to, of course, be once again the leader. And, of course, in CARICOM or in the Caribbean, and at the same time, looking to make certain that we ameliorate our economic circumstance by aligning ourselves with the laudable goals of the Americans. And whilst they have a selfish agenda, yes, they wanted to stop drugs and so on from entering the United States, and possibly they may wish for regime change in Venezuela. I want to say categorically, I do, because I'm sure that once that happens and the right people through a fair and free from fear elections occurs in Venezuela, that all those Venezuelans that are consuming some of the things that we could otherwise not share would go back to Venezuela. And those jobs that they are prepared to work to do for less than the minimum wage, all of that would discontinue. All of those things are expectations, relevant and proper expectations of every Trinbagonians. And if it is that you have not yet seen it, then I hope that this discussion today and as we move forward into the new year will open up your eyes as to what are the repercussions. And you have to, of course, denounce the opposition for taking a simplistic, dunderheaded approach to this whole issue about the Americans in the Caribbean and, of course, the situation with Venezuela. Because in spite of all of that, and in spite of the hogwash that is being spewed by the opposition, we have not heard neither from Rowley, neither from the present opposition leader, nor any one of the so-called experienced experts in foreign affairs and CARICOM affairs. We have not heard them condemn the Maduro regime for undermining the democratic processes in that country, one, and two, the monumental and the flagrant human rights violations that are taking place there. And more significantly, I say that these people have to be betrayers, have to be perfidious, they have to be persons who clearly are not in the best interest of Trinidad and Tobago in their thinking. When we have to accommodate, Whites today would have liked to have a smaller number, but it's over 100,000 of the 8 million people that has migrated out of Venezuela. How could you say that that regime is doing the best for its country by your conduct? How is that possible? And sitting on what is considered to be the largest reserve of oil and gas in the world. What kind of individual would want to, of course, accept that? Will want to accept that and see that and saying that you have the interests of Trinidad and Tobago at heart, except, of course, you're talking for talking's sake, hoping that you're going to get into office unmeritoriously. Unmeritoriously, because if you cannot admit that Venezuela has presented a dangerous situation for Trinidad and Tobago, domestically and otherwise. And otherwise, if you cannot admit that by identifying the problems that has generated that situation for Trinidad and Tobago via the Venezuelans, then of course it means therefore they are dishonest. They are dishonest, and that they do not have the best interests of Trinidad and Tobago at heart. That is the inevitable conclusion you have to draw. There could be no other rationale for that. And therefore, Penelope Beckles, I say shame on you, shame on Rowley, shame on the PNM, and shame, of course, of those in Tobago who are opposed to the military, or should I say the radar installation in Tobago. Because let me tell you this, whether you like it or not, and the Americans, let's assume that didn't happen. And Trinidad and Tobago, let's say let the Americans, or should I say, put another way, because I want to be specific here. You cannot stop the Americans from doing what the hell they want. That's the first thing. So therefore, if the Americans wanted to enter Venezuela for whatever reason, or they wanted to come down here to do what they're doing, whether Trinidad and Tobago cooperated or not, they would have done it. So there's nothing you could do. So all the talk about zone of peace and all of that is just hogwash and mouth talk, exercise in futility. But the actions of the Americans turn out to be something that Trinidad and Tobago is in need of. Because Rowley and they had the opportunity with 12 Damien vessels to surround Trinidad and Tobago's maritime boundaries and had them there in fallow, wanting up to fuel, and they did not. As a consequence, we are seeing now $171 million in marijuana boats being blown up not too far from Trinidad as well. Getting rid, of course, of the guns that would normally remain here because we are used as an entrepot or a stopping point for the journey of these items, because we can't consume all that drugs as 1.5 million. It means that all of us had to be on some cocaine or some kind of a drug that they would normally use in their operations. So it has to be going to the United States or to Europe, whichever way. And therefore, when the guns remain here, it exacerbates and it multiplies our gun crime problem. That is what that was. And now we are seeing vividly some of the main players are being exposed. We just saw something on Monas Island to give us, some of us who are observing, you must think. How come? And then, of course, the marijuana that was held or observed or confiscated in the Kaini Swamp and elsewhere, they say it's creepy marijuana. And when you look at it, that is a term that is created and used in Colombia. And therefore, one can draw a nexus between all of the developments because of the presence of the Americans stopping, of course, the regularity with which these items could have passed through our waters and go farther afield, but still, of course, affecting us negatively as a society. So I am satisfied unless Penny Beckles and they could confess to me, and when I say to me, I'm talking here personally, and I hope that people would see the rationality in it. They cannot be talking zone of peace or anything at all in the absence or generating the vacuum where they do not acknowledge the disaster, the socio-economic and psycho-cultural disaster that is Venezuela today. Let me take this call because this person seems to be very miserable. Hello, I'm on air right now. I'm on air. Yeah, okay then. Yes. So that is the situation as we speak. As we speak. If Beckles and Rowley and the rest of CARICOM and Caribbean cannot acknowledge that Maduro is bad news for Venezuela in terms of the way that they are managing the affairs of Venezuela, negatively affecting us by way of people not seeing any kind of future in Venezuela for themselves and their families, and their migration is affecting us here, then I say to them that they are unpatriotic. That is what I say to Rowley and Penry Beckles and the PNM. They are unpatriotic. You cannot tell me that you watching danger, absorbing it, not knowing that you too will be negatively affected, particularly in all practicality. If we bring in a shipload of flour, rice, sugar, they too, that 100,000 had to eat. And utilizing all of the work opportunities that would fetch a little higher in terms of minimum wage, people prepared to work below minimum wage. You get that? And then take the money and buy up some of the salt, sugar, and we're just using one simple example, and then send it to Venezuela to feed their families. What will eventually happen? What will eventually happen? It means that it's making things more expensive in Trinidad because on top of that, we have less foreign exchange to move around and to replenish those things that we import. We have a food import bill of over $4 billion. Yeah, that requires US money. So we have to be very, 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 very careful. We have to be very, very, very knowledgeable. We have to be very conscious and do not allow the propaganda of these people, Penny and of course her team of 12 plus her, to try to influence, try to hoodwink us into following the blind. Because to me, it's a case of the blind leading the blind. But they say in blind man country, one-eyed man is king. Well, Kamala Prasad Bisesa is the only person who could see, it looked like. Only person who could see. Why are they not ridiculing Maduro for causing Venezuela to be in the state that it is in order for us to solve our problem here in the Caribbean? Why it is that 8 million people had to migrate out of Venezuela? Why? And consuming what we would normally import for ourselves and have to do more with the dwindling foreign exchange reserves and resources. Why? Why are they not seeing that? Why have they not talked out vociferously about the possibility of the Caribbean, or should I say the Western Hemisphere, becoming a zone of war, that at least the southern part, when Venezuela spoke of and took action to claim the Essequibo region, one clearly of the major CARICOM members? Why are these people, why Motley ain't saying anything about it? Why Gaston ain't saying anything? Why the Dominican? Why the Vincentian? Why the Grenadian? Prime ministers are not saying anything about it. They have to. At least that will give them credibility. But that is not the case. Incidentally, people, tomorrow, of course, the Venezuela has called for the Security Council of the United Nations. I think they're having a meeting around 3 o'clock in New York to talk about the Americans' confiscation of those vessels, those oil tankers that they have confiscated off the coast of Venezuela. And only one, I think, was ballast, meaning that it didn't have anything, but it was going to be filled. And I want to tell you too, there's another nuance coming out there, that oil tankers that has been not sanctioned by the United States are taking oil as usual from Venezuela and going up, going up to the United States. So you have that as well in the whole mix. So it's a very complex situation. But I think the bottom line is the level of hypocrisy about some elusive zone of peace that clearly, in all practicality, common sense, and the application of cognitive rationality cannot be countenanced or supported by persons who have a modicum of common sense, cannot support Penelope Beckers, Rowley, the PNM, and the nonsense and hogwash that they speak without identifying those causative agents that has caused the Americans to be here, one. And two, Trinidad and Tobago to take the stance that they have. And thirdly, the amount of Venezuelans to be in Trinidad and Tobago at this time.
Nice.
They cannot.
Thank you so much, Lennox Smith, for holding on.
Hey.
Situation beyond my calls, that was to take some serious calls based on.
I hear you.
Very serious calls.
Well, I realize that, and I know when your intervention comes, so I know what I had to do as well.
Yes. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andy. Could you send me Miss Santa Cruz number, please?
Miss Santa Cruz number. What I will do is
Yes,
I will send your number to Miss Santa Cruz.
Yes, thank you.
Right, I'll send your number to Miss Santa Cruz.
Call me, please.
Tell her to call you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Have a happy Christmas, you all.
All right, thank you. Nice, just wrapping up on some of those calls because I know the program is an interactive one. Lennox Smith had no choice because of my absence, but to go on with the program accordingly. I'll show you all my absence was virtual. Morning caller, go ahead. For good reasons.
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning, Granny.
Morning. I want Lennox Smith to find out something from me, please, for you. Now, it have those young doctors that finish internship. Now is going in 8 months. I mean, I am a UNC, and plenty of the young doctors there that finish internship and waiting to get called. 8 months now, and since Rowley today, I don't know what's happened, that the government not calling them to work, and they're talking about education. I'm a UNC. UNC government is my government. Kamala, the Prime Minister. All the boys know me. All you know me from Amal days on the radio station. But I don't know why they're not calling out these young doctors who waited 8 months for this internship. The earn student loan, my neighbor's son. The earn people hundreds of thousands of dollars, $400,000 and $500,000 when Rowley stopped the gate program. And plenty of them was going in year 3, 4, and 5. The people otherwise earn their money on interest. And then they had student loan for the first, second, and third year. So I don't know if you and Lennox Smith could find out about that for me, please. And you have the number, so you could call me. You could call me.
Yeah, send back your number for me, because you just call direct. When I say call my phone. So I'll get back your number. The 366-3053.
All right, let me take it down.
Yeah, take it. Take it. 366.
366.
Right, so that is 366 3053.
All right, now listen to this. Now, I want to hear, because now I know plenty of young doctors. Thank you. All right. Now, I know plenty of the young doctors, right? Because my grandson is it too, my neighbor's son. And I am going not against the UNC government. In 1 month time, myself and another activist, I don't know if you could see inside my bedroom. I support Alexander in my house. I used to go in his meeting with a walking stick. I never want to meet him. I never want him to know me. I wanted him to win. That's hardware in Gandhi. I went with a motor car. That's hardware in Gandhi. They know me. Harry business place in Gandhi. Annie Road Ride business. I want like all of them. I want Gandhi Sugar Drive for the vote for Wayne Sturge. Phillips could tell you how much I support his program and all you too. going to Alexander, and I would like to know what they're doing, else I and another UNC, I would be going in front of every hospital with a placard and not going against my government. I am going for Tim Gopi Singh and the Minister of Health to call out these doctors in trouble. One of them cashing to get some money for Christmas. One of them working in a drugstore. They studied from 3 years. With 3 hours and 4 hours sleep to make high grade to get to a Z. And this is how they're being treated. They can't go and ask for hamper. So now if we can't buy a veggie ham for Christmas, for the Wali, 2 years ago for the Wali, what we cook corridori and aloo and those roti. For Christmas Day, for Diwali Day, we make chana and aloo and some mango to carry. If you cannot afford it, the Christmas you can afford it, you make it. You do not go to let people know what you have and what you don't have. I don't have what my family has, and I don't want to have. I thank God that whatsoever I have, I will make it one. I have 6 grandchildren and 2 children. And everybody could understand. You have to do sacrifices. You have to be contented. You have to pray to God. You can't work hard, that's not sunshine. Once you have children, how would you get the future? You can't depend on government and people. That's not sunshine. Go and do at work to see a car park with the car parking. A couple are doing it. You have to be contented. So I will call you. You will find out that for me, I wouldn't like to reach with a placard. I'm a strong UNC. And if I reach, I would not be going against the government. I would be going to call out the government to do something to these young doctors who are suffering more than Watson for a hamper. Because they earn big loans. Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
All right, Granny, we understand. Right, so I will try to reach out to Tim Gopi Singh to find out what that is about. You say the young doctors not getting paid.
They're not getting work.
Oh, work. So so they need to hire some more doctors.
They're waiting 8 months on work, boy, and 2 months with the past government. They're not calling them back to work.
Oh, they're looking for work. All right. And then if
call them back.
That'll call them back because we will end up losing these doctors to other countries, such as Guyana, as Ravi say, Ravi Nanan.
Yeah. Now, one or 2 of them want to fix up the work.
No, just school, so let them go Ghana.
Other country. All you have all the doctors here. Finish internship. They want to work, call them out to work. They're working on drugstore.
Yeah, but Ravi Nanan say, Granny, don't vex. It no start. Just know you may not get your old age grant.
My old age grant?
Yeah, Ravi Nanan said just so you get old age grant. But thank you so much, Granny. Thank you so much. Go ahead, call all and make it short and sweet. We run out on time. And because we have things to do. Remember, we were supposed to lock off already, but we said we will go till Christmas. Right? I get tied up earlier one day on a very important call from TTT. Right? That is what kept me back there, but Lennox still was informing you all. Go ahead.
Morning, gentlemen. The Barack 4 here. First, I want to say a pleasant Merry Christmas to Miss Woodbrook, Miss Santa Cruz, and all the elderly contributors to the program and nationwide also. For without them, although we are not in the best position Trinidad and Tobago is in presently, they are the foundation and the pillars of what makes us a society. We know when we reach them stage, the younger generation could probably say, hey, we help create a path for them for their existence also. So, blessings and thank you to the elderly population that contributed so much for our existence in Trinidad and Tobago, that we could at least have something to say we're proud of, except for Rowley. So, gentlemen, let me tell you something, and let me get to seriousness now. You see, geopolitics, if you don't have leaders that could understand geopolitics, you could have people who would say they're representing you as a leader and create the demise and the hardest time that you could ever survive in. You see that CARICOM brotherhood of idiots like Rowley and Gaston Brown and Ralph Gonzalez and all kind of thing? Them good for rum shop politics. Them good for staying alongside the road and drinking punching and having discussion and talk about CARICOM. When it comes to seriousness, you need people with integrity. You need people who think beyond the box to understand where you as a country now lies in the whole functioning of geopolitics. Every single thing Trinidad and Tobago depend on comes from 90% or 99% come from America. Our survival, just on the basis of that US dollar, depends on our survival. And in a second, without the right people in the position to deal with this situation now, Trinidad and Tobago could be worse than Haiti in 1 week time. People have to understand that. The same millionaires that you're seeing in the bank and feel like you're a big shot, in 1 week, you could be from a big shot to a pauper, because all the Trinidad dollars you have in the bank wouldn't work at cent. Guyana, Venezuela, right now, they face that scenario where they have millions, and when you go to make a withdrawal of $20,000 in Venezuela, you have to go 3 wheelbarrow on a dump truck, because the money worth nothing. That's what could happen to us in Trinidad and Tobago in a second if we are idiots like Rowley and Gaston Brown and all that kind of thing. And you have to look at the integrity of some people. Look at the lifestyle and the way how these fellas behave. Where you would see leaders, you ever see Xi Jinping winding up in a carnival fete with some little 13-year-old, 14-year-old girl? You ever see Putin winding down the place with some 18-year-old? You ever see Trump getting on like how them just get on? A man who have big daughters, who have wives, and behaving like that in a public forum, drinking alcohol and winding down the place, and then he coming and telling our Prime Minister, a woman of integrity and decency, never had anything that anybody could bring or raise an issue about her in court or anything like that, telling she about how she give up our sovereignty. Them know anything about sovereignty? Where in the world you will hear a man who was a Prime Minister of a country, when a next idiot from Venezuela could come and tell me, hey, if you don't know that how Trinidad and Tobago belongs to Venezuela, and if anything happened to Venezuela, you know what will happen to you. And he's supporting that, and you talking about sovereignty? Let me tell you something. I want to send a message to this Caballo fella. If he's a bully, he's an abuser, only cowards look to take advantage of all people who cannot defend themselves physically. I want to challenge you to a 5 minutes hand-to-hand combat. He's a military man. He's the head of an army. Show your army that you could defend yourself. I want to give him a 5 minutes bare hand combat. And let me see if he can last 2 minutes. But beat us like an old snake and spread him out in less than 2 minutes. Because cowards don't like to face reality. They like to hide like little sissy, panty man behind a set of people with guns and ammunition and things, but they cannot stand up and defend their own self when it comes to him. He could be the first man running and looking for asylum somewhere, by threatening our Prime Minister. Look, who want us, let me tell you something, if our people would wish this country go and burn rather than support what is right and what they know is right. What is right is that we have no choice in this scenario than to support America. You see Garson Brown on the ball already? I tell them already, when you go to Miami, in the port of Miami, and you see hundreds of cruise ships line up, majority of them belong to the Caribbean. That we will be eating the bread and butter from. They open their mouth and talking us about dirty stuff. In the morning, Trump could say, no cruise ship heading to none of them Caribbean islands. And you see when you go, and you enter where the ports is being in St. Lucia and Dominica and St. Vincent, all kind of thing. Every morning, once a cruise ship reach, the whole country, there's been line up there to take tourists to different destinations. They always eat their food. You lay that for 2 weeks. Let Trump decide that, oh yeah, what? No cruise ship going down to these countries on them. And you'll see how them same idiot them would be hiding because the population now go say, how this man could make this kind of statement against America, boy. That's what feeding we. Lay a cruise ship from Venezuela go there now. Lay a cruise ship from Venezuela support we tourist industry and give us food on our table. People that understand and wake up where this thing is going now. Trinidad and Tobago have no other option than to support whatever America decides to do where Venezuela is concerned. And if Trump bad, everything about Venezuela is worse. You see people running to go, if Venezuela is so good, how much people you seeing running to go into Venezuela to live? Who, besides Teotom's stepdaughter who are a big drug charge hiding in Venezuela? Who else you see migrating into Venezuela to have a happy life? If America is so bad and they're so wicked and they're so evil, why everybody around the world want to migrate into America? Trump had to build a wall to keep up people who risk their life to go into the same wicked, miserable America? Or let us ask ourselves that. And then we listen to Makome Man, Akash Samaru and them stupidity with posing dotish questions to our Prime Minister. Something ought to be wrong with people in this country. Let me tell you something. You see, living too nice in this country. Over nice. People balling, that's how they see in trouble. I went through a good bit of the malls yesterday and day before yesterday. And let me tell you something. I don't know where really people quarreling about in this country, you know. And balling thing hard and they are CPF walk and they are this and
Hey, we ain't know you're back here.
How you mean? I must be back here for
and you ain't called me and Lennox Smith yet. And Mikey K yet to give you a Christmas. And you come back from a foreign?
Boy, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This woman I'm a busy boy. Oh God, better come now with a suitcase of Viagra or something too, boy. Oh God, pressure. I didn't know this woman so loved the barak for. But then again, you know, I a sweet man. You can't. Oh God, we can't go around that. You understand? They love me.
Right, but don't let that woman know you're busy to shy away. You come back from away. It's Christmas. One to your soldiers, Mikey K and Lennox Smith and Andy Williams. You must have a ham for we. You must have your hat or something for we, Balpo. I don't believe you so cheap, you know, partner.
No. I must drop in something, man. How you look?
Oh.
But the time's so short, I jump back out. Me and my daughter, we had to jump back out just now, so. You know what it is.
You might end up jumping back out because the time's so short before we can see you then.
No, I go link up something, man. Don't worry.
Well, all right. But we understand what you're saying about the geopolitics, and it's best some of them if the love, if the love in Venezuela, go there and live.
Exactly.
Simple.
Go and eat arepas and empanadas and, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, gentlemen.
No, and that's a practical way of making people understand what the reality is. It's graphic, but it's real. Because it's graphic for them in the sense that graphic, you know, is the deepest and the most harrowing of any scenario. But I think that is appropriate. Go there and live, right? And so long as these leaders cannot say what is happening in Venezuela, the reality, and why these people are flocking to Trinidad, then they ought not to be listened to. The utterances is just that wind. And cacophonous babblings, frankly,
remember,
without any kind of substance, and they ought not to be listened to.
Remember, we just
Our
spoke
job
about.
is to, decipher and to generate the reality that they are attempting to avoid.
Remember,
How the hell you can't say something about what is happening in Venezuela? Why do people have to be coming here or in neighboring countries? 8 million of them. Why it is that people are being oppressed in that country? Why it is that democracy cannot take a fundamental role in the in the governance of that country in terms of the people's choice?
Nah, look back and say you back there, Lennox Smith. Go ahead, Paul.
You have a Nobel Peace Prize laureate there who had to hide and go through all kinds of clandestine operations to get to The Hague, and then to come back to receive her prize, and then to get back into Venezuela, hiding all the time since after an election that was supposed to be democratic. The other person who allegedly have won, he's now exiled in Spain. All of that is happening, and these leaders are not even talking about that, but talk about a zone of peace.
Go ahead, Paul. Look, Paul, talk. Go ahead, Paul. We are only 5 minutes past 9. Go ahead.
We just been mentioning the 8 million, but that the 8 million who could have fled. Remember, there are millions more who cannot afford leaving Venezuela and had to live in that oppression and hardship. So it's even worse a pity than listen and hearing 8 million. It's like 20-30 million people in total under that kind of dictatorship oppression. And recently, Maduro make a statement. All the time he have money and things to feed the country and the people and alleviate them from the oppression they're going through. But all of a sudden, he going and spend billions and billions of dollars to arm Venezuela more. So we getting all that money all in a sudden. People have to wake up and understand this man ain't good for nothing. He good for the same thing that Rowley good for. Only to talk as a rubbish and be a scam for the rest of the life and a failure. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Trinidad and Tobago, all you really don't know what all you have in the palm of all your hands. And only when all you lose it, then all you going to realize all you play with all your life, all your future, and all you let this nasty, stinking, dirty thing they call PNM ruin all your future. Have a good morning, gentlemen. Merry Christmas, and enjoy the rest of the holiday. Later.
Thank you very much. Let me just run out some voice notes. Go out. I had to go. We can't take too long this time. I know I'm saying. Oh boy.
Morning. I want the government of Trinidad and Tobago to pay attention to the roads in this country. The roads are dilapidated. There are numerous potholes and sinkholes. Look at the bottom of High Street and Penitent Street, that intersection there in San Fernando. There has been a sinkhole that has been left unattended for months. All they must put barriers around it. Is that how we fix sinkholes here? Also, I want the government to pay attention to the cleanliness of this country. The country is filthy. There are overgrown grass, weeds, shrubs and trees. When you're going up on the Lady Young Road, there's a lot of grass sticking out into the road, especially around corners. When you have to go around a corner, you have to be careful about going on the outer lane because somebody could run into your vehicle and mash it up. Additionally, the overgrown grass. I have never seen this place so nasty. The overgrown grass poses a danger to motorists. If you have to make an emergency stop, you don't know who is hiding inside there with a weapon waiting to rob you and take away your vehicle. More than that, what if there's something inside there that could damage underneath your car, a piece of bottle or a strip of metal buried in the grass? The country is filthy, it is unsanitary, and it is in need of urgent cleanliness. When CPAP was there, we never had that problem.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Mikey. Morning, Lennox. Morning, the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. Mommy Woodbrook. Don't beat up your head with Penny and them. Tobagonians are not stupid people. And we know what they're coming to do and what they're about to do, and we don't care about that. When the blue wave hit them on the 12th of April, the 12th of January, sorry, let us talk about that. They're in some meeting here, bringing up people from Trinidad who, Trinidad people can't campaign in Tobago for Tobago election. Tobago people don't know them. They come in and every minute is in Magdalena, with the AI and putting it up for people to feel it's so much people inside. They have nobody there. They have nobody inside of the meeting. The meetings is as dead as a dead man. We in Tobago is focused on the TPP, Fali Chavez Augustine, and what his administrator is doing and will continue to do after the 12th of January. Mommy, don't beat up your head. Penny ain't even a cent now because they don't even make that in the treasury again. So forget who she bring up, forget who she do, forget Ansel Dennis, forget all these no goods and these waste of time who feel that Tobagonian stupid when she sit down in parliament. She no want to put Tobago first, but you sat down in the parliament when Bridget and said George was in parliament and while you're thinking of talking about Tobago and all you're doing nothing for Tobago. And when all you're done, all you're balling all in favor say aye, and all you jump up aye. All you never defend Tobago, never. Everything shameful. And Ayana, all of them sit down on the tail in the parliament and here all abusing Fali and saying all kind of things about Tobago, holding back the money. When we send we budget, we wish you luck and all them kind of things. And none of you sat down and say anything to keep Christopher wicked, demonic Rowley. But now all you coming to tell to me, where radar? The radar must be detecting some of them drug boss. So he bothering them. Now it's Christmas time. Now is the time that's making the most money for their drugs. And then getting it. So he bothering them. But I believe in God the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. And God in his infinite mercy will make sure that Tobagonians stay right where they are with Fali Chavez Augustine and not with the wicked, dirty PNM and them who pass all kind of bill to keep it down 15 seats when it was the 6-6. You just went to the parliament and put in a 15 seat and don't ask nobody nothing and feel you would have win. You get 14. This time, you're getting 15-0 Penny. Penny come out of Tobago. We have no white pigeon to give you. Go and look for your pigeon somewhere so that your dirty Negro man sitting there that all you're doing. Tobagonians have sense. And we ancestors in Tobago will deal with all you. All you leave Tobago alone. Leave Tobago alone, Penny. Them red clothes where you give them that they look like them zombie and them something on the woman the head look like wig. That is why you put the obia below the something below the head. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Tobagonians are praying people. Tobagonians are people who know God, and we will call on him to move the people's national movement out of Tobago. And I know he will do it, and it's that. Annie, Lennox, and Mikey, and the Trinidad, sorry. Mother Bunny, wish everybody a happy New Year. I don't know about the Christmas. I just celebrate my New Year's. I like the New Year as long as God give me the breath of life. I like the New Year business. So I wish you all the best. All the people of Trinidad and Tobago who ain't see the life yet, they're going to see it just now. Because you can't have them always in your stomach and expect to receive the good. You have to throw away what you have in your stomach, the bad mind, hate, and animosity, and get back to your right self. So you will be able to do the right thing, say the right thing, and help the government to increase in the goodness that they're doing to Trinidad and Tobago. We in Tobago are so glad that this woman is taking care of Tobago. Not like we own, who was there and did nothing for us, and who call us all sorts of names. And if we vote Watson Juke, what he never forgive us, and that he did. And who went by an airport when finished to open it, and boy, you Farley and you Watson, like if it's a train he talking to. That woman never even speak to any one of our people in Tobago like that. First, she's a woman with a good heart and a woman with manners, but some of them didn't have no manners and they feel that Tobagonians stupid. But this time around, who vex laws? TPP all the way, and we're beating them left, right, and center. Not a seat for them. They could come over and campaign and jump up and hop up all they want. When to be going and say, we're done, and we're done with them, and that is it.
Morning, Annie. Good morning. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Annie, I love talking late, so anyway, I want to say for you, Lennox, Andy, the powerful people on the chat, like Standard Cruz, Brook, Central, and all the rest of them. I don't remember I read my day, but I want to say Merry Christmas to you all and a Happy New Year. And I want it next year, Andy, especially and Lennox, you'll be prosperous New Year. You'll be prosperous. God will look at your way. Be watching over at this matter of time. God is going to put his foot forward and his hand. And your heart, what your heart desire, you will get. Trust me, I did it. You can. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time, my friend. Anyway, you all have a nice day and the rest of the day. Safe. Don't drink and drive. Please, safe. No drinking. Have a designated driver. Okay? Nothing wrong having fun, but have it moderate and do it in a safe way. Have a designated driver. Alright? You all have a nice, wonderful day. And then again, I send you a little video there. If you want to play. They was important and let me confirm what's going on. It's just true. Okay?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. KFC has nothing to lose. I talk in my mind. I've been truthful to myself. As David Mohammed said yesterday in the program.
Where are we?
Ole, here it is. We want to play the voice notes the next day because
we
have to reach earlier, but not because if we don't reach earlier, you know where we will end up whole day there. I really can't go through that. I have things to do.
I to myself.
Right, so maybe at least be there for 11 o'clock now.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Right, so
I understand the challenge, and we have two domestic things that we have to say about.
Right. Corridor transformation tonight?
We'll have corridor until about Olias. Sorry, Olias. Till Christmas Eve, possibly.
All right.
We give a set of greetings. That's about it. I think tomorrow we'll begin the process of sending out just good greetings. That people send greetings to each other, and so on as we prepare, of course, and wind down for the 5th of next month. Of course, so we'll have a little thing in between there because we still have after Boxers Day we have the other days leading up to Olias and then into New Year's, and that's it.
Hey, Sandy Jones, I will call you after the program. Trinidad and Tobago, we're really busy.
Yeah, we have to go.
So until after God family come first, be safe on the nation roads. I'll play those voice songs that did not play tomorrow, please God. Don't forget tomorrow, same time, same place. Because hey, we were supposed to don't lock off. So we still trying to organize, squeeze in we personal life, personal business, things to deal with TTT. Hey, we are, what's me? We still squeezing in the program within all of that. Okay? But boy, well, remember we have a life too. So until tomorrow morning, please go on.
I ain't seen back phone number. If you can send it to me afterwards.
Who number?
No, sorry, not back phone, Miss number you tell me that the lady that wanted to talk to me.
Tell me, remind me,
Miss you know, the beautiful voice, dulcet sounding.
Oh, Anne Brown.
Anne Brown, that's right, yes, beautiful. Yes, dulcet sounding.
Anne Brown, you still look on. Call Lennox me there now. We looking off there now. So Lennox will see you ringing him there now. You have your number.
337-6940.
337-6940. 337-6940. 337-6940. Sandy, I had to meet with you too, girl. Oh God. And I had to squeeze in that Sandy and all reaching the country just like me now. I had to meet everybody reaching the country. I had to try to meet with them. All right, all here, we had to go. Later. Until tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, all here? We'll go till Christmas Eve.
Clap your hands. Come on, just clap your hands right there. Come on, clap. Whoa! Hey!
Just scream that more FM. Finding a place to hide this weary soul. A bag of bones. Y'all know the song? Yeah. Let's go! I tried with all my might. Bang, 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 bang. I'm slowly drifting. A vagabond. And just when I ran out the road, I met a man I didn't know. And he tells me that I am not alone. Oh, let me say, hey, place my feet. I got the master. Because he healed my heart, changed my name, forever free. I got the master. Everybody, let's go. 1, 2, everybody jump. Hey, let's go. Hey, I thank God. Say, I thank God. Say, anybody come to thank Him? Anybody come to thank Him? Say, anybody come to thank Him? Anybody come to thank Him? Anybody come to thank Him? Hey, get up.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.